want to get a vacation and also take the next step in your Africa plan, join us October 3 through 15 as we are taking people to Kenya. It will be a 3-city tour. You'll be on a safari, beach excursions. You'll see historical sites, cultural exploration, Mount Kenya. You will go to the equator. You also will have a day where you will go see kids in an orphanage. And that is one of the most touching things that you can do as a person. And you would really enjoy yourself. And some of you, trust me, you'll want to adopt the children. You'll also go to Kibera as well. But you will have great food, lovely people that be around you. You'll connect with the culture, and it can be a great vacation for you, all wrapped up into one. Now you can go to the pinned comment below and you can click that, go to the Worldviews website. You could talk to Key and Tiffany, and also you could pay your $500 deposit. But we had 30 people go from this channel last year and they really enjoyed themselves. And this is a 12-day trip. On top of that, you will be invited to a business expo if you want to be a part of that. So don't miss out, or don't say later after everything's sold out, oh man, I missed it. Join us October 3 through 15. Once you pay your deposit, you can make monthly payments on your trip. So the other day, a video was posted from, the Kinganda, team that's out in Uganda. And there was a brother that they interviewed by the name of King Obatunde. Now, this brother was a veteran and he lived in Virginia as well. And the brother has stated in that interview that he was so tired of dealing with the racists and the white supremacists in Virginia. And in that comment section, I saw people saying, man, this brother not lying about Virginia. Say these white supremacists are out here heavy. I mean, they are really open. They do this and they do that. OK, so we remember about Charlottesville, Charlottesville and the different things that happened there. But there's some comments that for the past year that I've kind of engaged them here and there. Some people just so silly with it that I've just blocked them because we just not going to deal with that. I say, but it's time for Phil to speak, because I want to address this once and for all. I'm sick and tired of the asinine comments and the asinine argument that says, well, you're a coward for running. You're weak for running. You can't just run. OK, let's deal with that argument. Let's deal with it once and for all, because after I deal with this argument, I'm going to shift some things up and you're not going to leave those comments on here anymore. I promise you that. But I want to make sure let's talk about this today. Removing yourself from danger, wherever that may be. It could be a criminal, infested environment. It could be an area where a mad, angry pack of dogs are coming. It could be somewhere that's dangerous to your health. They maybe could be releasing some toxic fumes that could give people cancer, etc. So according to your argument, it's running to remove yourself from danger. That's running. Your argument is, well, they should just fight. Well, the people, let's say with the releasing of toxic fumes, how are you going to fight that by yourself? How are you going to fight that? It's a time for everything underneath the sun. That's what the Bible teach. It's a time to fight. It's a time to run. It's a time to be happy. It's a time to be sad. It's a time for everything. There are days you fight. There are days that you have to retreat. The problem is, in our community, is when you say fight, you want a person alone to fight something that the collective should be fighting. And we don't have a collective fight no longer. We don't have it. Let's call it what it is. We have people that talk about racism. We have a few people that may try to fight it, but it's not the collective. And the collective don't support those who are really trying to fight. For the most part, they don't. A few of us do, but for the most part, we don't. You say that the brother is a coward for going to Uganda. This brother has served the country in the military. Most people who are making those comments were in the military. So you didn't go through basic training. You do anything. This brother, let's look at his point of view. He fought for his country. He served his country. He served it. And the same country that he served, he said that he's tired of looked at and being called an N-word, even though he served America. He put his life on the line to die for this country. OK, and you being called an N-word. That's nothing new. Remember back in World War I, brothers coming back home for World War I. And what did they have? The Red Summer around 1919. They're attacking brothers, trying to lynching brothers in a military uniform. Black men have never been respected in the military. Not once. They'd be more upset to see a black man in a military uniform. This brother said that in the military, he would watch white males come in with no skills, no nothing, barely do anything, and get ranked. But yet a black man can't get any kind of rank. And many other brothers that have been soldiers told me the exact same thing, so he's not lying. It is the MO of America. Sabotage the black man. No matter what the black man or woman do, we got to be double educated, be so flawless in the way we do things. And yet white folks can make mistake after mistake after mistake and become your supervisor. They don't have to have the education that you have and become the manager, he put on the board and everything else, and they don't have nothing, and they'll be bragging that they just have a high school education. But when a black man see everything for him being sabotaged, or a black woman, and they leave, you say they're running. Let's talk about you for a minute. You have no room to talk. None of you. And I'm going to tell you why. What mechanism, system, or anything that you have created to protect black men from dealing with all the things that we deal with, black women and all the things they deal with, and black children? What have you created? You're not creating schools. You're not. Let's call it what it is. Let's be real. We have some brothers and sisters created schools, yes, and they're out there. But we have not created schools where every black child can go to a school created by black people where they are further removed from dealing with these racist teachers, racist administrators, and dealing with the race soldiers in school. Our children are still being subjected to things in public school. You have not created anything to protect black children from the school to prison pipeline. You want to call someone a coward. You want to say someone's running because they sick and tired of being alone. You have not created a major business district for us all over America where we don't have to go and look at them for a job. We have to deal with hair discrimination. We got to deal with just overall discrimination. We got to sit here and deal with having a black sounding name, not getting callbacks because you, on top of the people that's complaining, saying people are running, because you have not created any jobs for black people to get. So we have to go and deal with racism to deal with employment because you haven't created it. But you got the nerve to say somebody a coward and they're running. We deal with the race soldiers. How you going to protect that brother getting pulled over by race soldiers in Virginia? What mechanism did you have to protect him or any black man or woman? Sandra Bland, what did you do to protect her? Rakia Boyd, what did you do to protect her? What about Michael Brown? What did you do to protect him? Trayvon Martin, what did you do to protect him? Oscar Grant, what did you do to protect him? You can't talk about people running when you have put nothing in place to protect black people. You are the last people to tell somebody they running. What do you want black folks to do? To put their life on the line every day? Just a luck of the draw if they're getting killed today? Is that what you want? You will see, I noticed something with y'all. There's a group of y'all that get real bothered when people talk about going to the continent and making a different life. You want those same black people to stay hunkered down with you. I noticed that. Then you try to sow all kind of division and say, yeah, the Africans, they don't like us. Why you want to go over there? Most of you don't even know Africans like that. And if you ran into, okay, if they don't like you, I don't know if they like you or not. I don't know. But most people that talk like that never even been over there because I've been, and I never had a problem with nobody. They like me. And then other black people say like them. The fact is, some of you, and I know what it is, deep down inside, you resent those people. They have the ability to go. You resent them. You feel that they're leaving you behind. I'm telling you how you really feel. You feel they're leaving you behind in Babylon. That's what you feel. And you want them to stay here with you and deal with the issues and problems that you have. That's where the resentment's coming from. It ain't about no African not liking them. Well, why do you care? You say that you're going to stay here. Cool. Nobody's stopping you. Matter of fact, nobody wants you there. If you don't want to be there and you got this nasty attitude, stay here. Nobody wants you. Trust me, I don't want you there. We only want the brothers and sisters that want to be there and build and contribute, etc. Because everyone's coming there. White folks, Chinese, but then you be the same people complaining about, see, the Chinese running Africa. That's why you don't need to be going. What? So because Chinese are going, matter of fact, because Chinese are going, that's why you need to go more. That doesn't make sense, but you want to hold those black people back. I notice with the black people going to Africa, I'm noticing there's more black folks speaking against it than racists speaking against it. Matter of fact, since we've been talking about going to Africa, the race has been very quiet, because before we start speaking that way, they all say, you guys can go back to Africa if you don't like it. Now, I don't hear none of them comments on my page at all. So I know the white supremacists not really liking that. And some of y'all, you know, and some of them come under the guise of black pictures and things like that, trying to stir up things, say, yeah, y'all need to go over there because you don't want us going either. I already know your MO, because you know if we going, your whole thing about to blow up over there. And we're going to educate them. We're going to teach them your ways, and the finessing going to be over. We know that. But with the running argument, take that somewhere else. Take that somewhere else. Tell me we running or somebody's running when you have created every mechanism to provide for black people and to protect black people and they still leaving. That's a different story. And even if they want to leave, that's their life. Why are you trying to be a freaking colonizer? Why? Why are you trying to colonize where they live? They can live whatever they want. Then you sound just like a white supremacist, some of y'all. Well, why don't you go ahead and just leave then? Go, get out of here. Or why are you here? You don't tell nobody where to go. You can't tell nobody where to go. They grown. If they want to live in America, they can. If they want to live in Africa, they can. If they want to be in America and Africa, they can. They're a U.S. citizen. They can do whatever they want to do. Not because you just mad because that's called what it is. Some of you mad because you ain't going. And if you had the right attitude, you would actually be able to go. But your attitude bad. And some of that nasty attitude that's here in America needs to stay right where it's at. Don't need to go over there. I don't want it over there. But all that talk about you're running, you can't run from white supremacy. Actually, you can. You sure can escape it, because I don't deal with racism, white supremacy in any African country I've been to. I didn't see no race soldiers riding around in Ethiopia. I didn't see none in Kenya. I didn't see them. I didn't hear about no Africans getting shot up by the police for a traffic ticket. I ain't see it. I don't hear about their children having 6 sheriff's deputies come and rough up on them about things in school. I don't see any of that. I don't. So what are you talking about? Yes, you can you leave white supremacy. You sure can. Now, globally, yes, white supremacy has its influence globally. Yes, it do. I mean, I'm not stupid to that. Are Africans there? Are they perfect? No. They got their issues and problems too. They do. Do they have sellouts over there? Yeah, they do. Yes, they do. That's an issue that's worldwide with black folk. Then you try to compare yourself to Africans. That's another thing I'm about to cut off. Well, if it's so great, Phil, why are they coming over here? You don't compare African American to an African. Let me tell you why. Because an African American, they got himself together or herself together. It's a total different situation, even at the exchange rate when the money comes into the country. A lot of people there come as economic immigrants, not because they hate their country. That's what that is. You don't come in looking for that. Black folks that go over there start businesses. They hire people because the American dollar is much higher than those currencies. So you come in automatically with capital to start businesses. Understand? So you cannot compare a black American that got his or herself together or even with a skill compared to some of them. You can't. Then there are Africans that got those skills right there. Not every African person is beating down the door to get in America. That's not happening. I've met plenty of Africans say, I love my country. I don't want to leave. I don't want to go to America for what? I see the way they treat y'all. Why I want to be there for? I feel bad for y'all. I'm like, they told me, man, y'all need to come on home. Like, what is wrong with y'all staying over there in that place? Well, Phil, our ancestors buried here. Your ancestors before those ancestors was buried there. So you're going to discount those ancestors already buried there for the ancestors buried here? And those ancestors had no choice. They had no choice. And those ancestors that you're talking about, a lot of them escaped slavery. But I guess according to you, running away from a plantation, that's being a coward. That's running. So I guess Harriet Tubman was a coward too, right? Because she ran. She went back and freed her people too. But I guess all of them, Underground Railroad was cowards, and that's it. Everybody's a coward. That sounds very silly. That sounds very silly how you speak. Marcus Garvey dealt with the same issue with black folk when he was, fighting for black people, and only certain black people, not all, to go to the continent. If you don't want to go, fine. This channel promotes going to the continent. We promote people, taking trips and see it for themselves. We promote creating business there and here. We promote all kinds of things that's great for us here and there. But one thing I'm not going to do, I'm not going to tolerate your comments no more. So you go ahead and write down that somebody's a coward or somebody's running. You ain't going to be commenting very long. I promise you that, because we don't need that kind of ugliness here. We're not going to have it here, period. If it's not for you, it's not for you. There's no problem. Nobody's forcing you to do anything. I'm not going to your house and grabbing on you and putting you on a plane at JFK or wherever else they fly out of and making you go. Nobody's making you do nothing. But the fact is, you want to hold your other brothers and sisters back. That's what you want to do, because you feel they're going somewhere and you can't escape it, in which you could if you wanted to, but you choose not to. And that's fine. You don't have to. But leave black people alone. Stop telling black people that actually setting up trips for black people who probably did not have the time to do it themselves, trying to say people scamming and all those other things. All them kind of comments, like I said, from here on forward, I'm telling you, you're out of here. I don't need them kind of people here, putting that kind of energy here. I'm warning you. So you're like, why did he block me? Because you're talking about somebody's a coward for running. No, you the coward that didn't create an environment for black people to feel comfortable in America and for us to feel that we don't need to leave. I mean, think about it. We've treated so bad that we feel that we need to go back to the continent, which maybe God wanted that way for us not to be comfortable or never been comfortable, because we need to go back to our homeland. We at least need to get acclimated. We at least need to have the option to be there, build relationships. So if it gets so bad here, we at least know where to go. That's what I tell people all the time, at least have an out. But all you running, the people that talk about that run argument, you run, until you create an environment to protect black people, provide for black people, protect black children in school, until you start creating all these different industries for black people so we don't have to deal with them like the Asians and like all these other groups have, was they kind of just not deal with a lot of them. Don't say nothing to black folk if you ain't creating anything. Just don't from here on out, because you're being, to me, cruel at that point, because you want them to deal with all of the issues and problems. As black men, every day we leave our house, it's a blessing for us to come home, especially us as black men. And none of you have created any mechanism to protect black men from the sabotage, black women from the sabotage in this country. Every area we dealing with racism, medical racism, housing racism, school racism, employment racism. I mean, I can go every ism in every industry I can go to, and none of you are stopping it. So don't you dare tell nobody they're running if they go to Africa for whatever reason. Then they're telling you, I'm happy here. I got a business going here. I met somebody here, and they just nothing but happy. No, like I say, you are being just, to me, ugly and ungodly if you don't want somebody to be happy and to feel safe in their life. But leave me a comment, let me know what you think about what I'm saying here. I mean, hey, it is a tough conversation to have, but I got to have it. I got to have it, because We're not going to tolerate people coming here talking about somebody's running when you don't do crap to protect black people.